What's up everyone? We're back with another 5 of a kind today, and this one is kind of crazy, to be honest with you. It's on the golden tamarin, which is one of the most interesting, I would say, pets in the new update. A lot of people love it, a lot of people hate it, so we're going to be playing with it a little bit today. And we're also going to be talking about it and how it can be potentially impacting the entire meta. But for now, we are starting off relatively badly, I would say, even because we don't have a level up ready for next turn. And I have been playing a little bit with the danger pack, not a whole lot, so I don't have the entire meta figured out, but from what I would say, it's probably beneficial for you to have a level up prepared for this turn, because there are a bunch of tier 3 pets that are entirely game changing. Like the rollaway monkey, I believe, is one of them, the purple monkey that transforms your pets into herd pets. And then you also have the macaw, which buffs on transformation. The two pets combined together are actually insanely powerful and can carry you through the entire early game, but meanwhile we just have to settle with what we have going on currently, which I'm surprised actually is able to draw. Here we are doing pretty well so far. We have won once. If you're going for a 5 of a kind, I don't think it's super advisable for you to be winning multiple times early, because it doesn't give you a lot of time in the late game to set up. Speaking of the macaw, by the way, we do level up into it. I even take a turn for level up just to find it. And that's going to be very useful, especially because when we are going to combine it with the golden tamarin on tier 4, it's going to be providing some very crucial buffs, because of course the golden tamarin does transform as well. So tier 3, I'm not really super excited about many of the pets here. I do take this little mouse pet, which I forgot the name of, which transforms into a weasel because it's a transformation synergy. It also gives us some gold to work with. We do find the level up of the macaw. Should I take it next turn? I'm not entirely sure, because as I said, we are looking for the golden tamarin, which is a tier 4 pet. On the other hand though, we might find a good tier 5 pet if we save the level up for next turn. So I think either play is fine. In this particular run, I think I am going to save the level up for next turn, as we do find the rollaway monkey and we're just going to be buffing up our front line a little bit. And now we have our transformation synergy online. We're going to be transforming at least twice per turn, which means we're getting a crazy amount of scaling per turn. Unfortunately, the team that we are facing does really like to reduce our HP, so we kind of can't really compete. We just lose right there. But on the other hand, we do find the monkey in the shop. Here is the golden tamarin and we are going to very gladly take it. It's actually kind of interesting, the meta in pack 6, because you might not always immediately want to take the pets that you see in the shop, because Vanilla Bean exists. Vanilla Bean buffs the leftmost 2 pets by +2/+3 in the shop. Here it is right there. So you might want to roll a bit and find the Vanilla Bean first for that precious buff. But I think I just take it immediately here, the monkey, and we're going to be rewarded for it with a draw, which I think otherwise would have been a loss. So let's talk a little bit about the monkey now, about the golden tamarin, and why it might be a little bit of a disliked design in the community. So first of all, we need to talk about the potential of the pets that the golden tamarin can spawn. It targets tier 5 start of battles pets specifically, which there aren't many of, as you can see. This turn we are going to win because we got a pretty decent selection of pets. We even get some buzz because of the tasty ailment on the opponents. And yeah, I would say that, I don't know, I think it's pretty strong, maybe even unfairly strong, the golden tamarin, because most of the pets are good, and there are some pets that you can get that are exceptionally powerful, even that can win you the turn on their own. And in Arena, that's not a really awful thing. Like, you might go up against a turn 10 team that transforms into a werewolf that loses you the turn, so that could be a little bit saddening. But you know, you can get over that. We talked about that actually in the Sunfish video as well, but it's particularly bad in Versus, where a single loss can determine the outcome of the entire game. So I don't think it feels so too great on either side when the one team gets a werewolf transformation. Like, the one party, of course, would be extremely sad that they lost a round that maybe they don't deserve to lose. And even on the winning side, they wouldn't think that they would outskill the opponent. It would just be a luck of the draw that determines the outcome of the fight, which most of the time doesn't feel all too satisfying. It could get a laugh out of you or two occasionally, but it gets kind of repetitive, especially when the Golden Tamarin is considered to be the meta currently. For a 5 of a kind like this, it is very fun, the chaos that ensues though. Like here we get to transform 4 times, so we don't really know what we're going to end up with. Unfortunately, this time we lose. Maybe we are considered a little bit weak, but we do have a very stable first 2 units. So I think if we do manage to survive 1 or 2 more turns, we should be good to go. Especially considering how good the Tamarin's ability can be. We might even get lucky 1 or 2 times to get 1 or 2 undeserved wins, which for this particular run I'm not going to complain about. This 5 of a kind is kind of difficult to pull off, so I'm very happy with whatever wins I can get. And now we have the full setup going. We have the Albatross helping out with the transformation scaling. We do get a very lucky werewolf in the back. As you can see, it is turn 12, so we do get to double the stats. If we get one of the Tamarins up to level 2, it would even triple the stats, so we are kind of encouraged to level up the lower attack and lower HP Tamarins. That way we can get as much scaling out of them as possible if there is a werewolf transformation happening. Here we actually get a little bit unlucky because we give them experience via the Salmon of Knowledge, and that in turn gives them more peanuts for us to get defeated, but thankfully that doesn't happen, which is very lucky for us. Here we're going to focus on getting the level 3 Albatross, that way we get a great amount of scaling every turn. I am also going to consider, or at least start considering, bringing in the final 2 Tamarins into the team to complete the 5 of a kind. For now I am enjoying a very decent degree of scaling as we get this time double Salmon of Knowledge. Not particularly lucky once again, but thankfully we are strong enough to where we can actually defeat the opponent just because of the power of our stats. Here I am unfreezing the food. What I'm actually looking for is a cocoa bean, which we very thankfully find on the next row. It's actually a super strong food, and for 5 of a kinds I'm very thankful to have it, because what it does is that it transforms one of your pets into an exact copy of one random pet from the opponent's team, which doesn't sound all too strong until you realize it also copies the exact stat line of the opponent. So you can make a potentially weak 4/6 monkey into like a 50-50 if you get lucky enough. Which maybe is another reason for the cocoa bean to get nerfed. One other reason for transformation synergies to suffer, I guess, but we are going to be utilizing it until the day that it gets nerfed. That's my suspicion anyway. Maybe it doesn't get nerfed, but in my opinion it should. It's kind of unfair and unfun. Here we go, we are almost about to win. We get very lucky with the Snow Leopard transformations and we jump attack 2 random enemies to claim the victory. Now we can pivot into the 5 of a kind. We are going to take the double cocoa bean as well. As we discussed, we're going to be transforming our small monkeys into some potentially strong units, and almost immediately you are going to see how powerful this perk can be. So we are rolling down, we find a chocolate, so if there is a next turn we can get a level 2 golden tamarin in the 3rd position. And this looks a little bit scary. Their team is more scaled up than ours is. They also get a bunch of melons, but because we get double transformation at the back to copy their 30-30 unit, we actually managed to draw instead of losing. Isn't that crazy? So this is going to be the final turn. I really hope you enjoyed this run. Very chaotic, very rambly as well on my part. But if you did enjoy, I really hope that you like, sub, do all the generic stuff, and I will talk to you next time. Take care.